And I got Mr. James Tignor, Jack Yates class of 1956, and also the principal at CULLEN Middle School. And before at CULLEN, what was you at, Mr. Tignor? Because you've been with HSD a long time. Okay, take the mic. You know it.
Yeah, I'm James Tignor. I went to Jack Yates in 1956. That's when I graduated. Now, getting back to the old Yates on Elgin Street, as you want to call it, Mr. Holland, strong leader. He didn't take no crap. I mean, that's the kind of leadership at that time the culture needed at that time. And he was everybody's friend, but you cross him, you was in trouble. And he meant what he said. And getting back to one of the events that I'll never forget it, he called assembly and told us to call your mama, tell them to cancel the Houston Chronicle, the Houston Post.
That's right.
And that line was all the way outside the school. Call your mama, cancel it. Say, why are we doing that? Because they wanted us to march last in the band behind the horses and walking that boo-boo and that stuff. He said, we wasn't having that. If we wasn't up front where everybody else is, then you cancel us. And you had the Houston Post, man, look here, they were calling parents, telling them, hey, HISD, get it right, move them up. You know, they were on our side at that time because usually the paper will kill you. If you're black schools, they will kill you.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Tignor. You know, because John, you hold the mic because you're the main speaker. Now you and Reverend Dixon, y'all worked in HISD HISD district, and y'all was part of this integration, what we call the news part of the Interscholastic League. Is that right, Reverend Dixon?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
So that means the integration time.
Into UIL, from PVIL.
Right, y'all was part of that transition.
Yes.
And now how would they would, because you know you can't whoop the kids like you used to when we were going to school. What do you think is the best way to get these kids involved in their books, get them involved in their bringing their grades up, and get them involved in coming back to Jack Yates, to our alma mater?
The first thing, you have a new principal over at Jack Yates High School. Give her some range. Let her go out and select her own teacher. Don't you try to put them there. Let her put the ones that she need and select them, and then that way you got some strong teachers. Don't leave what you already. If they still weak over there, now get rid of them. Let her select and help her with her curriculum. Let her select the curriculum. Understand, you took away, the tailor shop was what, #1 at Jack Yates High School when Mr. Ford had it. You took that. Them kids don't have, all of them not going to go to college. Give them something they can look forward to. Now, you put the magnet school up. I don't know if that's going to work for them or not, but you need something that involves that particular culture that these kids can relate to.
Okay, now, here's what they had over Yates that even I didn't have. They got a broadcasting room for people. This is why we're going to have to make an arrangement of Reverend Dixon, Mr. Tignor, and also Miss GUILLORY. Because I know she looks at a lot of my videos, because I put them in there for her to look at. And also Dr. Lathan, they looked at these videos. Also Jolanda Jones, who's the school board. They look at these. And so therefore, what we're saying is this, Tignor, and that you're trying to tell Miss Dr. Lathan, because she's the one, if I'm not mistaken, tells who she's gonna be able to get these teachers that she wants. Is that right?
I don't know what kind of procedure they're using right now, but like I said,
in your time working with HISD, what was the procedure?
The principal did most of the hiring, the teachers that he wanted. He had the hand in it, even though HISD, the personnel also helped, but at least you had an idea who's coming to your school, which was very important. Now, getting back to, I suggest to the new principal that she have a meet and greet night with the former parents of those kids that went to Jack Yates High. It's going to be difficult, but you got to have something to offer to them. I'm new here, and then I need your support. Just open your arms out to them.
She's trying to do
and she needs to.
by herself.
Well, she can't do it all by herself. But like I'm saying, you have an open house night where you get these parents to come out there. You got to find something that they want to come out for. What are you going when I come out? What you got to show me?
Okay, well, do you think us alumni, ex-alumni,
The fabulous 50s is still strong at Yates, and then she needs to really get in good with them.
She go to them. She been there and introduced herself to the fabulous 50s. But what else can she go? They not going. Those people are older people, man.
That
We need to try to get with some of the people that's still inside the 50s, that's not in the fabulous 52, so that can all come together.
get the ministers involved. They'll bring their congregation with them, man. You need to have a luncheon at least once a month for your minister. Have a breakfast for them, man. You'll be surprised how the atmosphere will change, man.
That's a good idea.
I know it's a good idea because it worked for me. But like I say, she needs to get out and go to church on Sundays and dip in church in Holman Street Baptist. Go see Reverend Manson Johnson. You'll be surprised. Manson Johnson sent a lot of school kids from Cullen. He taught math at Cullen, and he got a lot of them so far. But man, you'll be surprised what Manson Johnson can have, what he got over at Holman Street Baptist. That is really that. Yeah.
You know, now what you're saying is she needs to go to churches like Holman Street.
Right. Start with Holman Street, Willa Avenue. Yeah.
Some other positive.
In the neighborhood, man, and let yourself. I'm right. I'm the new principal, and I'm responsible for you. Look,
Some other churches, not mega churches.
right. Yeah.
Well, some of the small churches.
You hit them all. Your neighborhood churches, and see, I'm the new principal over there. Some of your congregation. I'm the principal of these kids. I need your support. I need your support.
I'm like your grandkids.
I need your support. But you know, we know you can't do it by yourself. But you're gonna have to set the tone.
Okay.
Don't just say I can't do it. You know, and that's remind me of my old coach. I can't. But he would whoop your behind. You tell him you can't. And I'm being honest with you.
That's old coaches Andrew Patterson.
That's Andrew Pat Patterson. I can't. What, boy? So you tell you take my stuff off, and that's how he was.
That is so good, man.
Let me say this. You were saying the reality of what we can do to get our kids back in the neighborhood schools where they have left from. One of the things, Boo, that's got to happen is that parents will have to take better care of their children. I mean, I understand that that homes are broken. I understand that. But homes were broken when we were in school. But the point is that our parents saw to it that first of all we learned how to behave at home. And when you don't know and you're not disciplined at home, you ain't gonna be disciplined at school. And that's where all the problem is. The problem is that so many families, so many kids are in the schools and they don't know how to act, and then they don't have the tools necessary to cause them to behave as they should. You can't you said you can't use corporal punishment anymore. You can't suspend them anymore. You have in-house suspension, which ain't working, and that kind of thing. So the responsibility has to be given back to the parents, that they realize that it's their responsibility to train their children at home, so that when they get to school, all the teachers don't have new middle names, if you really know what I'm talking about. Because they call teachers in and everything. And ain't nothing the teacher can do. Somebody said not long ago that the teachers have to wear bulletproof vests now in order to get through a day of teaching at our black schools and at our schools in our black neighborhoods. And the problem is that they are not being trained at home.
So that's where the ball is being dropped.
That's where it's being dropped.
That's where the fumble
You say, and you can't use the excuse that, well, he ain't got no daddy. Everybody got daddy. Whether he's on the scene or not, everybody got a daddy. But what you have to do is that you have to take charge if you the mama. by yourself. You have to take charge of them children you bring in the world.
Right.
And when you do that, it's your responsibility.
No matter how young you are, but when you get pregnant,
That's exactly right. It's your responsibility.
the younger you get, the harder it's going to be.
That's right. That's right. Let me tell you another thing. When we were in elementary school, even when we were in high school in 7th, 8th, maybe 9th grade, our teachers had taught our parents. And they knew, you know what I'm talking about? And they knew our parents, and they would tell them, boy, let me tell you something. I had your mama when she was in the 6th, 7th, 8th grade. And the same thing can happen today if they would seek it to be that way. But the point is that I'm driving at is the reality that, listen, homes, parents have got to take on that responsibility for that child. Because now they're talking about, did you hear him cussing? Did you see what he did? All this kind of thing. That lets the child know that you're on his side. And the teachers, and they just can't do anything.
Yeah, this is the same thing that what you're saying, Mr. Tignor, because when I was the time I used to come over there at CULLEN, you know, y'all was already integrated, and y'all couldn't work the kids. And you and Mr. Martell, them kids were, you know, I say the same thing, Reverend Dixon and Mr. Tignor, is that at Jack Yates today, you know, I was going through Jack Yates when Miss GUILLORY was the counselor.
Yes.
And Dr. Davis
Yeah.
was the principal.
Yeah.
And when I seen that lady, Miss GUILLORY, and I'm not saying it because I'm talking, but Miss GUILLORY had them little kids around her home.
Yeah.
Reverend Dixon, you know, I know he might have had a plaster in his head, Dr. Davis, but he had them kids in his home. And as much as he could without interfering with the parents, but like you're saying, Mr. Dixon and Mr. Tignor, is that it got to start at home. That's where the ball has been fumbled.
That's right.
And the school and the teacher and the principal and the school board cannot straighten that fumble up unless it gets straightened out at home.
Let me, in the same vein that Pastor Dixon was saying, you know, we had a policy over at CULLEN. You need to give us some emergency numbers so we get somebody, because when we send you home, you can't come back by yourself. And these kids, even though they're high school, they know that. They still stand with you. The mom and daddy, then you ought to have some control over them. Because, sure.